Hey everybody, welcome back to Family Firearm Reviews. Kyle here. Today we're going to check out the SIG M18. Now this is the compact version of the P20 series. This is the one that was picked up by the military, and it has a couple features that I like, some that I'm not a huge fan of. We're going to go over that today, and we're going to see what it comes with, how it comes right out of the box, and how it shoots. Now I've shot the regular P320 minus the safety. This one has a couple different features compared to that, so we're also going to talk about that today. So with that, let's get right into the numbers. So with the M18, we do have it in this Coyote Tan. We are running a 3.9 inch barrel. We have an overall length of 7.2 inches, an overall height of 5.5 inches. And what I wanted to point out on this one was some of the other ones that they had for the military is they have that lanyard loop. This one does not have that. Maybe you can add it, but it did not come on this model, and I know this is the one kind of set up for the military. Now, we are running a 1.6 inch width. We are running a 28.1 ounce basically weight here on this firearm, and we do have that polymer lower with that steel slide. So, trigger, it's kind of thuddy, right? When you fire it, it's not very loud, and the reset also not real tactical. You can hear it click, but not a lot. That trigger pull is running about 5.5 pounds on that firearm, and as you can see, we have our nice front pick rail and nice front and rear slide serration. So with that, let's get into the features. So with our M18, we do have ambi controls, which is nice. We have an ambi slide stop slide release and an ambi safety, which you can see there and right here. We can swap the mag release to the other side, so if we are left-handed, we can use this firearm, which is pretty nice. Another thing it is optics ready. So you can get a nice optics plate here, you can put a red dot on here if you so choose, and that'll make it a little better for you if that's the route you want to go. It does have a lower, which is what sets this apart. The lower on this firearm is polymer, but what's serialized is the trigger grouping. So if you wanted to get a couple of these, I think they're like between $60 and $80 depending on the kind you get. You like to try some dremeling, you live in a state where it's a little bit harder to purchase firearms and it's easier for you to buy slides and things like that, you can run this trigger grouping in different frames with different configurations and maybe have 3 or 4 firearms out of the same trigger grouping and kind of make it a little easier for you. We do have front rear slide serrations, and they're not too bad on the rear, nice and easy to grip. And then on the front, they actually do grip your fingers pretty good, so if you want to do a press check or you do run an optic on there and you need to, you know, set it up that way and you need to function the slide that way, you can function it that way. The trigger pull, like I said, is about 5.5 pounds, and we do have a little thuddy trigger, right? It's not real tactile, it doesn't click when you shoot it, it kind of just goes plonk. Right? So I think that's kind of strange. The reset on it isn't super long, but it is tactile, so we can't hear it on there. So again, kind of a thuddy trigger, not as clicky or clacky as some of the other triggers that I've dealt with. I've actually never heard one that kind of sounded like that, but it is a striker-fired firearm. We're going to see how that works today. Now, the sights on this firearm, they kind of are really wide, block out everything in your peripherals. They are 3-dot white night sights, so you do have that, but they're kind of small. So in the daytime, it's a little hard to find them, I think. It's a little uncomfortable for me. When I was shooting this, I wasn't 100% ready for it when I was shooting my 320, so maybe the M18 is a little better. You do still have those tactile sights that if you need to, you can rack it on a table, especially military firearm. If you go down or you have one arm, right, it's going to give you something nice. It's got an easy takedown, which is something that's good for new shooters. If this was your only gun, I don't think this sight would really bother you, but I think it's just taking it out and practicing with my Mantis at home before we came out, it was a little off for me until I got comfortable with it compared to some of the others. You do have an okay undercut here, nothing real deep. You have a pretty good opening in here, so if you need to wear gloves or anything like that, you have a nice opening in there that you can get your hand into the firearm, into that trigger area, right? Safety, easy to flip on and off. And it's large, so if you want to, while you have the firearm, you can ride it like a gas pedal, give yourself a little bit of real estate there to hold on to that firearm. It did come with the 21 round mags. I got 3 of them, but it'll also run your typical 17 round mags that you can get up in there. And there's little cuts here on the grip right there, which nice, this one has a black bottom, you can see for stripping. So if you ever would have to strip out a mag, you could have that in there. But the 21 round capacity, very nice, gives you a little bit of an extended grip there, and I think that'll be good. The stippling is okay. You can feel that it's there. It's a little sandpapery, but not really. I've seen some of the Legions and shot some of the Legions that some of my friends have, and I think that would really be a better stippling job on this. Maybe give you a little bit more texture. You don't really have anything up here. It's all flat, right? Everything in this area around the beaver tail is pretty flat, so no stippling in that area. So maybe grip will be an issue, but I feel like it's an okay grip. You know, you're running $500–600 range for these firearms, depending on where you get them and what configuration, right? So we're gonna dive down into the ammo we're gonna shoot today. Ammo, we've got Magtech 115, we've got some Fiocchi 124, and then we've got some Gecko 115. So we're gonna run these through the firearm, see how it likes the different ammos, different bullet weights. We're gonna check the accuracy, right? We're gonna use the 1913 pick rail on the front here. We're gonna throw a flashlight on there, 2 different styles, and see how they run on the firearm, see if they're comfortable to operate, because that's definitely something important if this is gonna be a gun you use for home defense. Again, this is the smaller one, right? So this is the M18, the M17 has a slightly longer slide, but the same grip lower. So to get to the important stuff, let's get out to the range and get to shooting. We are going to do our accuracy test here. We're on the range. We've got our M18 out here. Got the first 21 round mag in there. I like that, feels pretty comfortable. Slide stop, slide release works well. So let's see where these first 3 land. Not too bad at all.
It's Lauren, and I'm gonna do an accuracy test. I've been having some issues lately forcing my shots down and pushing that down, so I'm gonna try to focus on that a little bit and see if I can't catch myself with that. We'll see how I did.
Now we're gonna run 21 rounds of our Fiocchi 124 grain. We'll see how that works. Well, I did that backwards. Now we'll run our 17 round mag, see how that affects us. Man, this actually is pretty comfortable, and the accuracy is really great. I had a great time shooting that round. So let's keep going.
Much better than I expected. I was focusing on things that I do think I saw some improvement in. I didn't expect to like this as much as I do. It's a good start.
This gun really runs. Now that we have our first 150 rounds to the firearm today, let's get our final thoughts on these first shots with the M18. Hey everybody, now that we've got our 150 rounds through, we're going to do our final thoughts on our first shots here. Now, this was something I kind of came in maybe with a predisposition because of the last 320 I had, the one that I own. This one is definitely upgraded. The drop safe issues were fixed on these ones, and I think that overall, giving this a second chance was really surprising. Accuracy was good. These sights are a lot nicer than the ones that come on the typical P320. Blocking out the excess, you know, this sight's very, very blocky in the rear. It's not thin like some of the other firearms we have out there. So it kind of blocks off all your other view, and all you can do is focus on that front sight. The dots were a little less for me, right? There's not, you know, a lot of big, you know, night sight white dots. A lot of the times there's two big ones in the back and a big one in the front. These two little ones made it nice and easy for me to line up and really go through my progressions. The ambi controls are nice, right? You have your slide stop, slide release on both sides. You can swap your mag release to the other side. Oop, turn the flashlight on. You can do all that stuff. The trigger was nice. Believe it or not, I actually had a good time shooting this. Very, very comfortable in the hand. I had great accuracy throughout the day. We had a nice time. We ran the light on there to see how it would do. We're testing out this UTG light. Again, I paid 50 bucks for it. Just wanted to see how it held up to, you know, a $130 light that I had on my other gun. And it did function well. The controls are well. It holds on very tight. The only bad thing is this isn't a quick detach. We have to use the screwdriver, put it on and off throughout the day. Again, front and rear slide serrations, not too bad. You can actually get a hold of them. They're not really an afterthought. So racking from the front, if you do run an optic on here at one time, because this is optics ready, was nice. We ran the safety a few times throughout the day, and it's a really intuitive safety. When you get your hand up there, when you're going to fire, you can flip it down and get your hand right into that good position. Get your support hand on there. You can ride that like a gas pedal if you want and get a little bit of a higher bite. It does have kind of a high bore axis, but that's going to help you while you're racking, right? You have a lot of slide, not like a CZ, where the rails are internal and everything is kind of tucked down inside. What do you think about it?
I have to pretty much eat everything that I typically don't like. I mean, I was not expecting to like this gun, and I was just like, oh yeah, whatever, I'll shoot it, it's fine. It was great. My accuracy was really good. I expected to have a lot of movement in here because none of this is really aggressive and this is all smooth, but it actually felt really good in the hand and it sat really good in the hand. I could rack it, I could use all of the functions for it. Like I said, I was really impressed, and the things that I typically don't like about a gun were not a problem here at all, so I'm happy. I'm happy, and I take back the things that I had said about it.
It does come with good capacity. We did get 3 21 round mags, and then we did get the typical 17 round mag. So you can run the 21 rounders, right? They got a nice big base plate, or you can run the 17 for flush. Again, this is the compact one, so it has the smaller slide, right? The M17 is going to have a slightly longer slide and barrel. So this would be what you would use for concealed carry. I know with the drop safe issues, that might not want to be something you do with the appendix, but this one does have the safety, right? The 320 I have at home only has no safety, not even a trigger safety, right? So it's just ready to go. I never carried that one for that purpose. I always made sure that I just kind of used it in some IDPA shoots and out at the range. But again, Lauren can take it apart, or Lauren can take it down. She can rack the slide. So grip issues, this is going to be something that someone with grip issues can actually shoot and use, and that's why we always like to get different opinions. Again, you can get a nice high grip on this, and even with that recoil, you can get back on target very quickly. Transition is nice and easy. I believe that, you know, this is going to be a great firearm. I think I want to throw a red dot on here now. It's changed my mind a little bit, and I definitely want to run 1,000 rounds through this and see how it goes. So we appreciate your time. Thanks for checking us out. We've got some links below. We do have some merch like this and t-shirts and stuff like that, so check that out if you want to support the channel. We also have an Instagram and a Patreon. So thanks for your time, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Thanks for watching our video. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Comment below. We want to hear from you. Get more content from Family Firearm Reviews by joining our Patreon and checking out the links in the description.